Welcome back to the center of it all. Did you know that most voting machines in PA are older than the first iPhone? Their software and hardware will soon no longer be supported. The Department of State held an expo at the State College Municipal Building showcasing new voting systems. This was an opportunity for residents of Centre County and the surrounding areas to be aware of and understand the changes that are soon to come.
Our goal here tonight is to educate voters really, and also to make sure that they understand why we're moving forward now and why it's so important that we guarantee that by 2020 they're voting on the most secure and most accessible equipment available.
Counties will be talking to their voters and teaching them about the new systems. They also want to have open communication with their voters to find out what their needs are.
This is really a kickoff of the voter education component. Many counties have already had similar expos with their voters, so we are working hand in hand with them to educate voters, but it's never too early to start.
The current equipment that is being used by voters is about 15 years old. This makes it harder and more expensive to be maintained.
I have two phones, a work phone and a personal phone. Neither one of them is 3 years old. So when you're talking about computerized equipment of any kind, 15 years is a very long time.
There were about 6 new systems on display, and each one was a little different. The majority of these systems were similar to a touchscreen tablet. Counties will get to decide which one is best for them, but because of increasing cyber threats, the U.S. Senate Intelligence Committee, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and other experts have urged states to replace older voting systems with new ones that produce a paper record.
There's a decline in voter confidence in the election process, and that's a problem. When you talk about security, that's the number one risk. If people stop having faith in the election process, in the system itself, we've lost.
Pennsylvania received about $14 million for new voting systems between state and federal funding. The department is also pursuing additional funding through other sources. The State College Expo is just one of 5 the department is planning across Pennsylvania over the next couple weeks.
We're doing everything we can at the Department of State to help counties with that training, and the counties are even helping each other. As I said, we have 17 counties now who are using some kind of paper-based system, and they've been talking to their colleagues about what that looks like and what they need to think of when it comes to training their poll workers and also training their voters on how to use the equipment successfully.
Counties need to select a new voting system by 2019 and have that voting system in place by the 2020 primaries. That's it for this week's episode of The Center of It All. I'm Brittany Weir, and thank you for joining me.